smelled foul play and had called the police. Post-mortem would have actually kicked in, which is key in this case, which we lost because the body was moved. The post-mortem would have been done. We would have established whether this guy died on Monday or Tuesday. This is a pinnacle. This is a foundation of this whole process. So, which means that the distortion of moving the body is actually taking 50% out of what we are looking for. And the corroboration of stories from people living in the house, which is lies, is compounded the situation and actually put the blame on the people at 90%, where if the body was not exhumed, we would not be where we are. When the body was then exhumed, the opportunity for these people to hide and corners and do everything and cleanse the whole thing is happened already. So when the body was exhumed, the only thing the police can say, preliminary report. But when the police went to the house, the only thing they were interested in is syringes. Now, if they went there and found 3 syringes, I would have been happy. But can the police now tell us they found more than 3 syringes? Why are they selective to only be interested in 3 syringes out of the number of syringes they found there? So the foul play from the side of the police is actually that they did not know what they did not know. But when they had the opportunity to investigate, they were selective in the process of who they want to nail. Nail the nurse and the case will close. Unfortunately for them, the inquest is not that simple. So we are where we are today. So the weight of it is actually that if the body had not been moved at all, we are somewhere. When the body was moved, what distorted the process was the fact that everybody that gave their statement to the police, from everybody A to Z, they all fabricated stories and lied. But if you want to, let me finish. Because this buttress that, let me finish. To buttress that, when these actors and actresses then went to the inquest and they gave their stories. I've done a show last week, sort of like with dissecting it up to, what really happened after the show before they got to the house. So you look at the object in there where people have now fabricated stories that we can now not relate with. So the inquest is doing its own thing. The actors and actresses have told their lies because top movie will have it. They have told their truth. But as far as I'm concerned, they've told their lies in the statement. And that is the reason why I believe the point of blame in terms of distortion of discourse of justice is between people in the house and the family of Mohbad. Every frenemy's family are the one that have instituted this process to get to a point that if you don't trust the police, it's the police that will still give you the justice. But the police have not been allowed to do his work when that body was moved. Thank you.
But can I ask you a question? I
disagree with you.
1 minute, please, Lagata. This is what I think. This is my own thinking. The body of Mohbad, or the BID, was pronounced at the hospital, right? 2 hospitals, I'll say. And do you know that those 2 hospitals can actually write a little note about observations, not necessarily deep test autopsy, in terms of the laceration to his body? They can actually put down the note as part of the observation.
They did, though. One of them did.
Mr. Richie, one of them did.
One of them did.
And I was saying that if that's what
do they report any laceration to his body?
There's a written
statement which nobody has access to. We don't have access to it, but there was a statement from them. We need a copy of that statement to establish what
this statement.
But Bayo, all this why you still need. You did not. You have your legal team have not gotten it.
But
it's your legal team.
I don't say your.
Don't worry.
Yes, now. Yes. Because Bayo now. No. I'm not trying to teach, but Bayo is always claiming that they've done everything humanly possible, the legal team. So why haven't they gotten? Why is he saying we need today? It shouldn't be saying we need.
Okay, the legal team have it. Okay, they have it. Okay, I need a copy of it.
Aristocrat, even forget about the legal team. Forget about the legal team now. As part of the due diligence of the police, yeah, why can't the police get those reports to themselves as part of the investigation?
They have it as well.
I think they have, because they, from their press conference, they were saying that
they mentioned it in their own press conference.
They mentioned it, so that means they have it.
They are contacted.
That means they have it.
They have it now.
What I'm saying is that the police,
Mr. Richie,
knew that. No, Mr. Lagata, please hold on, sir.
Mr. Richie,
the police would have established a crime.
Bayojo, the police knew who by Mohbad now, 110%.
That's your own assumption.
Lagata, wait.
According to Lagata.
Wait, Lagata, wait. Do you think Baba don't know who find Mohbad?
Yeah?
Do you think Baba don't know who find Mohbad?
Thank you.
Or Wumi no know.
If I know,
Darosha no know.
If me I know who by Mohbad, yeah, according to my source, then I believe every other person that knows that who by Mohbad knows.
You want to tell me
Lagata, are you close to Baba? Lagata, are you close to Baba?
He has a direct access to Baba.
I'm asking. No, I want to ask Lagata. Are you close to Baba?
When you say close, how do you mean?
No. Maybe you've been opportuned. You've been opportuned in the past to have had a dialogue with him one-to-one on the
just like Bayo and Guresi. Like Bayo and Guresi.
I'm coming on to something.
Aristocrat, I don't know what I come up for your eye. I don't know what I collect for your eye.
Bayo.
Shebi you say I don't take Colorado. Na Colorado they
Bayo, listen, I'm drinking coffee. I'm drinking coffee right now. So Lagata, are you close to Mr. Joseph Aloba to a point that even if it's tiny opportunity that you've ever spoken to him one-to-one? Question.
What can you come again, please?
Well, no. What I'm saying is, let's say Mr. Joseph Aloba is not your friend.
At dirty bedroom.
Have you ever called him before on one-to-one?
Of course,
one-to-one.
Yes, I have.
Okay, that's fine. So what I would like you to reflect on and engage with Mr. Joseph Aloba about is kind of spilled something out in a guise, and then several Chinese whispers later, people have misconstrued his statement or his comment. Now, he said something about, it said so, I'm trying to establish something. It said something about, if I get the result of the DNA, I will know who killed my son. Am I correct by saying that?
Yeah, I think let me quickly chip in on that. See, your question about him knowing, let me say this. Baba Mohbad would have heard from people in the house, okay, blessing, CEO, Daddy, this is what happened. And then maybe some people came to him. So he might have a fair knowledge, but I cannot say that, for me, this is my opinion, okay? I cannot say that he would hold that what he's heard as to this is law, this is what happened. But for sure, I'm saying it here, Baba Mohbad obviously had heard that by now, Wumi fought with Mohbad. But he would want to confirm whatever his suspicions were from the onset. And that is
okay.
valid.
Is it logical? Is it logical for us to have an expectation that when the DNA result comes out, Mr. Joseph Aloba then go back to what he displayed before, what he uttered before? He will now go back to it and say, you see, I told you. Now, the person I'm referring to is this person. Do you think you will ever get that out of him? Did they say that out of emotion? No, let me finish. Did they say it out of emotion, which was momentary to that particular period? And how comfortable can he now be to now want to say, you see, the thing is, sometimes when we are emotional, we say things. One thing is, internet never lies, and internet will record it. And the thing, obviously, let me implore everybody, be careful what you say, because when they do bring it back, and when you saw this guy, what's his name? Otibaje ended up incarcerated, even though they may have released him. Yeah, they may have released him, but it's his utterance and the way he's directed his position that people remember. So in Mr. Joseph Aloba's guys, whether because he said something about it is an ale lo pa ọmọ mi. At some point, owó tó ń wá ló pa. And he has all these utterance because it's going from platform to platform. Exactly. No, hold on. Then he also said something about Ali. He said something about Ali as well. He said something about Ali.
But this,
Lagata. Hold on, let me finish. Let me now finish. I will drop it now so that we can discuss. No, I will drop it now. Let me finish. Let me just drop it so you guys we can all discuss. So now, whatever it is, no, hold on, Lagata. Whatever it is that this man may have perpetuated, the public are divided. The people, the concerned Nigerian citizens, and where we are placed globally, we are concerned about that particular process. And remember, not everybody will look at it logically. Some people will take it verbatim of what is said. Their expectation will be they expect him to now tell us who, but us thinking about it logically, holistically, scientifically, we know that it may have been sort of like pain. There may have been emotions behind sort of like his submission and his utterance at the time. No, Lagata, now, when you engage with this man, are you now telling him or advising him or get him to be cautious of a statement or comment after the result of the DNA? Because certain population and certain people are expecting him to tell us who killed his son. Thank you.
I see, Guy. Because you addressed me, I'm going to respond to that. Realistically, I'm going to say thank you for that because you know why? You know, sometimes equal war or ro is the same thing. Just like when Mohbad said, 10 years, I know see mommy, people thought it was money. Some people think it was mommy, and eventually we understand that it actually says, I don't see mommy, I don't see mama. You understand? So, like you said earlier, sometimes when we're in our emotions, we say things, and hence why I will still refer my questions to the last time we happened to be on the same panel, that sometimes we make mistakes and we sometimes are responsible for our mistakes. Yoruba will say, sometimes when we're in our feelings, we react and we say things that the way we react. I don't know why I'm echoing. I don't know. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Lagata, you're away, no enter.
Because
I just have a very quick question, Lagata. That would be for you.
Ẹni tó bá báyàwó ọba sùn. Ẹni tó bá báyàwó ọba sùn.
I will follow you now. I don't know.
Really?
You are like
Lagata.
The way you are
Lagata.
Aristocrat.
Ẹni tó bá báyàwó ọba sùn. Ṣé ó máa pẹ́ lórí ìkúnlẹ̀ àbọ̀ máa pẹ́ orí ẹ̀?
Ọba lè wo ṣe fún pé
ṣé ó máa pẹ́ lórí ìkúnlẹ̀ àbọ̀?
Ọba lè rò pé ó gbé
Dídọ́là tó níyàn jàre.
Ọba lè anybody. Aristocrat. Ọba lè rò pé ó gbéyàwó òun débẹ̀. Ìyàwó tó dó ẹ̀ dáadáa.
Ó tíràbàyè. Àwa ní kó máa lọ.
Ọba lè wò pé òkè.
A ní kó máa lọ. Is that right, la?
There is no clemency. Wọ́n máa bẹ́ orí ẹ̀ ní gbangba ní marketplace. Wọ́n máa bẹ́ orí ẹ̀ marketplace.
Do anybody.
Ẹ jọ Portable tó gbáyàwó ọba Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ ṣé Dèní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Àjẹgbé.
Ọba ti kú náà. Ọba ti kú.
Sájà ńlẹ̀ ní kò sáwọn ọba.
Okay, wait. Guys, wait. IT guy, kí ló mú lálẹ́ ṣé NSC ni àbí converse àbí
coffee. He's drinking coffee. Leave him. It's coffee.
Vodka.
Hold on. Ó fi step down kankan ní now.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀.
Ó fi coffee step down.
Mo ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ láti ta ni. Ẹ máa gbọ́. Mo ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ láti ta pẹ̀lú àwọn boys. I was on vodka and Red Bull kí n tó délé. Ìgbà tí mo délé mo ṣẹ̀ ń sober pẹ̀lú coffee.
You see, ó fi coffee ẹ máa gbọ́ wait. Ó fi coffee yẹn step down kankan. Èmi mọ̀ náà kó fi coffee yẹn step down kankan.
I have a screen record on the Supreme Iron Lady's life where I have never seen you like that.
Listen, Lagata, I have a question for you guys, right?
All right.
The question goes this way.
All right.
And that's the first statement that Joe made when they went to visit him at home. I think it was the second day of Mohbad's demise.
Who is Joe?
Joe Bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, Richie. Before we get serious, like attacking his extension also. Tell me.
Bonus screen record con. Eko wọlé fún yẹ. Eko sọ pé
0 to 1,000. Exactly. 0 to 1,000.
Coffee. Ó ṣe coffee yẹn mo mọ̀ pé ó fi step down kankan ni.
One step down, yo.
And
Vodka and Red Bull.
Lady was saying that IT guy, tell him we go say you don't be by now. No, okay.
No, ó ti ṣe mí kí n tó bọ́lẹ̀, ó ti ṣe mí kí n tó wá sókè ni. Ó ti ṣe mí already kí n tó wá sókè. So bóyá ó wà ńbẹ̀ àbí kò sí ńbẹ̀. No, what I'm saying to the person is that ó ti ṣe mí already. Ó ti offend me. So the moment tí mo wọlé, mo go straight ni.
The funniest thing is the IT guy. When after they now corrected you and said that no, the lady did not even say anything. You say, couldn't have no.
Anyway, guys, Lagata,
carry on. Yes, go on. Just man.
Mo fẹ́ drop in because Sherry NSCSX ó le ju gbogbo ẹ̀ ó le seriously.
Vodka and Red Bull.
Ó serious.
O mama float ni. So it's about to buy a Guinness ni mo mu. To buy a Guinness ni mo mu. To buy a Guinness.
Oh, you want me after 1 hour.
To buy a Guinness ni mo mu.
Let me throw something out before I go back. I want to go to bed. Let me throw something out here. I'm suspecting a syndicate killing in that Lekki axis now. I said it earlier on, and I'm probably going to do a series on this case because we all remember Chidinma versus the Super TV CEO in 2021.
NNPC guy, right?
Agata.
Yep. Yeah. Agata. That guy was 2021. It happened in Lekki. Around June, something like that. The case resumed last month. We have a case of Mohbad, 2023, September, and I have another case on my table that happened this October last month.
No matter any case, it is
these people, you need to always calm down. Have you been to conferences before? You don't do this. And also, they are all Gen Z age. They are all Gen Z girls in their mid-20s. And all these people, the guys are rich men. So I'm looking, is there an endemic or a syndicate killing in this Gen Z group? Is this a quick way of reaching affluence? I don't know. But I think because of this, the Lagos State needs to do a better job, especially in this Mohbad case, to ensure justice must be served. Not just served. I'm using the word served, so that it will stand as an example for this Gen Z, because this case last month is actually identical to Mohbad's case. I cannot discuss it yet because I need some consent papers, even though I will still be using a fictional name. But it's very, very identical
Supreme ni say.
to Mohbad's case.
Ìdààmú TikTok.
Mohbad's case. I mean,
Supreme.
in fact,
Ìdààmú àdúgbò.
ìṣòro dàbí ẹni pé ẹni yẹn
Supreme.
copy, that person copied Mohbad case and replicated it.
Supreme. I think it will be a good enterprise if you can set up a date for it that we can have the case study and we all can.
I will. I'm just working out the modalities,
Supreme,
and I have to discuss it in the office.
Supreme,
When I get to my office, I will put out the modalities. I'll see, because the document I have the original document. I have to check mommy, mama jabo. So I have to first of all remove the names. I have to first of all remove real names. Real names and stuff like that. I have to rewrite things so I can read it the way
Supreme.
it should be.
Ó lè má similar because ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin orí ni Wùmí ti gbá Mohbad. Ó dẹ̀ bí láti mú ẹ̀. So ó lè má
I'm telling you, when I tell you, it is
Yes, man, were you there?
It is the only difference
I was there.
The only difference is this family, they will go all out to seek justice, regardless of the failed or the failing system or the system, the way they are going to go all out, all out.
Supreme, as I was so ìgbà tí Wùmí ṣe tán.
We will do proper comparison.
Yes. So our man, hold on, hold on. I'm being serious. Our men, lucky babes. Oh, they wear wig na wig. They wear wig na wig. Too good, too long, too sexy. They wear them. You looking for wig na wig. Stay away from lucky babes for now. Stay away from I'm advising and using this as an educative thing. We all should learn from this case. And I'm being serious. Please let me finish, then I can drop or I can mute for a long time. I don't speak too much.
Yeah.
Now, so that this day, especially our young men, they can learn.
Supreme Jerry,
if you want to look for a woman, go to wig now. Wig, people that have brain are not wig. Brain.
Which one is wigla?
Brain.
Make una look for brain and brain.
Brain is better than wig. Okay, so when you see me come live next week in my office, when I'm going to be deliberating and educating on this case, don't look at the wig. Take a paper and a pen and write down. It might save a life.
Supreme.
Thank you.
Supreme, when you are coming with this matter, please don't wear wig. So that you will live by what you said. No more wig now.
So
I want to buttress what Supreme Ayondede just said right now. One ibi tatin share Latin motor from a Yoruba perspective is when we're joking, out of all our utterances, we figure out something and we pick up the salient point and work on it. What Supreme has just said in there is so supreme, and to a point that is there a pattern? You see, we say the thing is on my show a number of weeks ago, I did say that they said Mohbad is God's staff. Is God's staff. When you say you got staff, in the CTC, they said out of the staff, 7 people out of his staff separated. War could have led into a fight, whatever the case may be. Now, my question is, as Aries Lady Supreme has just said, Iron Lady, is there a pattern? Now, what is Mohbad doing that he has 15 people as his staff. 7 of them are the one that came from another product to come and separate a fight. What are they manufacturing in that house? What are they cooking in the house? Which business is he doing? His father also said something about his staff. Now, if these 15 people are perpetuated to be his staff, what business was he doing before he died? You see, the reason why I'm saying that is actually that, may so rest in peace, that is gone now. What business were they transacting in that place? A property that is not suitable for 15 people, never mind Mohbad, his wife, and the child, which makes 18 people living in a flat or a chalet or wherever the case may be. What are they? Hold on, let me finish. Are they running a business and then everybody say these people are his staff? What business? Because remember, Mohbad, may so rest in peace, has been exorcised of the music industry to a point that he can barely get a show. Even when they went to
You're
UK,
too far,
hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. I just finished, and then I will just listen to everybody, right? And then he did the show in UK. I don't know if anybody saw any billboard. The one he did in Nigeria that led to his demise. We did not even know there was a show that is going to feature even this man, right? Other celebrities there. Now, what are they engineering and cooking in there that constitute as part of the CTC that he now has staff? If 7 out of the 15 people that are labeled in the CTC are staff, what business are they running if those staff live in the same house? Thank you.
Okay, Demi, listen. That's not what killed Mohbad. Okay? That's not what fired Mohbad.
Who is Demi?
IT guy.
The IT guy.
Call people by the name you see. Why would you call him?
No, it's because when Comfy did a show for me, she used Demi. That's why people are trying to. Even though I've tried to use Demi here, and they're calling me IT guy, and I changed it back to IT guy. It's because Comfy did a show for me, and when she did the show, she wasn't mentioning IT guy. She was mentioning Demi. That's how we end up here.
I thought you guys knew each other one-on-one.
I'm just saying.
Wait.
IT guy.
Wait, let me finish.
It was yourself and me that you did show for.
Now my turn.
I don't think we should talk about people that
my turn.
We didn't talk about people that are
IT
Demi Bombastic. Remember Demi Bombastic?
Make I talk.
Exactly. Talk.
You say you want go sleep. Why go be your talk?
Name now.
You say you want go sleep. Why go be your talk?
Can you see? It's Demi Bombastic. Can you see the Demi Bombastic?
Okay, IT guy.
Yeah.
Listen.
She picked that up on my Facebook profile.
Yeah, see, confident.
And she went to look in there to get information. And I think she found out my brother in Nigeria and my brothers. So she's able to get into a profile of my brothers and find information and then use that to drag me. You see, say that but for me, I don't have anything to hide. I'm transparent. But what she did, she's gone into my brother's profile. Hold on. She's gone into my brother's profile to go and look for family history. And then she used that to drag me. Exactly. I haven't seen it, but from what people are saying, especially calling me Demi Bombastic, that's what she's done. That's what she's done.
Confident an idiot now.
I'm just saying. That's where the Demi thing is coming from.
Demi Bombastic.
Yeah, exactly. Not Bombastic. Bombastic. Mr. Bombastic.
Can we just talk about the topic?
Chessman, can you finish your topic?
It has been a productive day. We shouldn't be,
Carry on, guys. Carry on.
Chessman.
Honestly,
orí wa ti ń recess. Torí wa bá ti ń recess nǹkan tá a wá ṣe ni.
Àtẹ̀yẹ̀gan ni wọ́n ti fẹ́ parí ìgò kan bíbá ó kù díẹ̀.
Aristo, sórí yín kan.
Let's go back to Aries. The reason why we need to go back to Aries is that is there a pattern? Let's not lose focus. Aries is made a Supreme Iron Lady is made a salient point. Is there a pattern? Are they trying to erode and get rid of people that don't want to be connected to them anymore? Is that what they are doing? That's the question.
Exactly. Pierce, chairman. Pierce and chairman. Kí ló ṣe talk castigate
Yes,
for
and
me.
chairman.
We are still.
What is chairman?
We are
What is chairman?
digressing.
That is not the
What's chairman?
topic. You see, we are deraying.
Let us
Let's
stay
press
focused,
reset,
please.
please. Let's
IT
press
guy,
reset.
what Supreme said.
Like what Supreme said, I said she should pick a date so that we will come and discuss it. Let us finish today's
Okay.
own. She said she's going to do more work.
Yeah, I
We will now come
second
and
that. I
finish it.
second that. I really second that.
Because if you start time now, we'll not be finishing.
Seconded.
What Supreme mentioned tonight, to me, I would say it's a 50-50 because you know why? In that country that Nigeria, so-called Nigeria, my brother, see.
In that country, are you a Nigerian or you are a British?
I'm a proud Nigerian.
You cannot say that country. You cannot say that country.
Lagata. The way you say it, the way you say it, no, the way you say it.
I take it back.
Remember the Americans and remember Donald Trump. No, hold on, Lagata. You will say in our country. No, in our country.
In our country.
It's our country.
In our country, Nigeria, which I strongly believe one day will get better.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it. Yeah.
We get better, not better.
So I would say it's 50-50, and it's so unfortunate. Right. If Madam Mary is saying that something, Supreme, she said I should address that, but is saying that it looks like Mohbad case. Number one, psychologically, it could be affecting young ladies listening to this justice for Mohbad.
100%.
Then number two, it might not even be. It might just be a matter of coincidence. In Nigeria, sir, every day, one paeyon, every single day, either it's court clash, either it's girlfriend and boyfriend. People are buying every single day. They are moving body from one place to another every day. There are some body that does not even visit the police station or hospital. So we can say or we cannot say, but it would be a good advice if she's having the show to educate and enlighten the likes of Gen Z 19, 20, 21. If you go on those dating sites or dating whatever, the age you will see there, or hook up, whatever, 19, 20, 21, 22. What are you looking for in marriage? What experience do you have?
Yeah.
And this comes down to the upbringing.
Thank you. This is what I was going to refer to.
And the government has enslaved so many Nigerians with poverty.
Thank you.
Whereby a body is cheaper than a ram and goats. They will sell a whole full body for 15,000 naira in Ibadan. And a ram, 60, 70 kg or whatever kg, will go for 300,000-400,000 naira. Go and bring, I need ori, I need onion, I need the apakon, I need kinikon.
No, apart from that, honestly, the way I looked at it is, this recreational drug. I mean, you live in England too, and what I notice is, even over here in the Western world that we live in, I've been here since when I was like 19, 20. And what I noticed is a Nigerian pattern, which is what Supreme was saying. And when you look at all these young girls, they are streetwise, right? And they are exposed to all these recreational drugs.
Yes.
Weeds and all those things. And for the fact that this drug affects young women, especially between the ages of 20 and 26.
Mr. Rich, and men as well.
Yeah, psychotic, hallucination, anything.
Yeah.
And Lagata and Richie on this matter, when you're talking about recreational drugs, why don't we focus on what is important, which is a lifestyle? You see, the thing is that
what comes with the lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. But I think the lifestyle is pinnacle because it's of the lifestyle that the derivatives of that then becomes whether they're taking drugs. You remember not too long ago, one guy went to take some colo whatever, and before the girl can arrive or whatever, he died in the hotel. You understand? So the recreational aspect may be there, but the thing is, what is actually constituting and paying these people is that there are people who are doing the business. The people that are doing the business are the ones. Yeah, no. What I'm saying is the people that are doing the business. You see, the government will always be there. Prostitution is also part of the process. Illegal brewing of anything, illegal bunkering, and all that kind of stuff is also part of the system.
But
and the authorities actually know about it.
We have all these things even in the Western world.
Yeah, no, we do. But what I'm trying to say is actually that is a lifestyle first before any form of drugs or any enhancement comes into it, and that is in good supply. You don't have to go anywhere to get the drugs, but the thing is, there are people who have got the money that make sure prostitution at that level where girls now don't want to work anymore, they don't want to go to uni anymore, they don't want to aspire anymore. They just know that if I go with Alaji, by the time we come back, we make 1 million.
I think, guys, it's still down to the government because they've been enslaved by poverty.
No, there's nothing you can do. If you look at the Philippines over the last 5-10 years, the existing president is killing anybody that is doing prostitution, that is doing drugs, because they know that it's the foreign people that are injecting money into the economy for the vices to thrive, and he gets them and he just shower them and just kill the whole lot of them. So you can see in our society,
we can imbibe such thing in.
No, what I'm saying is, we don't have leaders. We don't have leaders.
Everybody. No, IT guy, this is what I see to it, sincerely. Now I see to it because I understand the fact about all this thing. I am not of the position where you blame government for everything. Let us start from the unit of the society. The smallest unit of the society is the family today. Today in Nigeria, we have Nigerians. Wait, sir. We have Nigerians that are excelling. We have Nigerians that are excelling. We have Nigerians that are average. We have Nigerians that are turning to whatever they want to turn to, and some bad eggs. So we can't use one blanket to close it up. Now, certain things we need to get is this. Since I was a baby, my parents always say, economy oda. You see, economy will never be good. But the question is this. What kind of family values are we giving to the next generation today? From generation, let's take from 1950 till now, it has been decreasing. The kind of family value, moral value that they are passing in Nigeria has been decreasing. Today, I said something at the political rally today. I said, àwọn ọmọ oko lóyè máa wá kọ́ àwọn ọmọ tó wà ní city lọ́gbọ́n lọ́jọ́ iwájú. What did I mean? Children in the suburb, in Ekiti, in all those places they call, they are ras. They are the one that will come and teach the one living in the city value. Because those ones, when you go there, they still have values. The one in the city, value, no, they exist again. You are struggling to do it. So before you blame government, how as family, are family leaders saying because they are chasing economic stability, they are not giving the awards how to live? That is one problem. Government will always have this problem. Second thing we need to look at is this. The kind of vices and foreign influences that we are getting in Nigeria today.
Aristocrat.
Foreign influence we get in Nigeria today that is making them to do a lot of things is bad. Go to the street, look at even, Lagata, you are in music dome. Do you know the kind of crime, the kind of shady things that is happening within the musical sphere?
100%.
So is that government?
No, it's
this
not.
Won't have. So it's a whole lot of things. It's a whole lot of things. So if we need to look at it, everybody must come to the table and do their part. If we are able to do our part, we will find out that people in government too, maybe they move out from the people. We the government is a reflection of the society. If the society is good, bad person will not get up there. So everybody must come together. Now, to what Seal said, this thing has been happening for long. Many have not been reported. But that is something that is happening. Younger generation are getting more desperate and no more without conscience. And it is because of things that they are consuming. And they can hide anything. Omo 19, ó máa gbé man 60 years, ó máa bury anybody ò dẹ̀ ní mọ̀. Ó máa gé tí pieces ó dẹ̀ máa pa anybody ò ní mọ̀. These people, they have this stony heart. And that is what is happening. They can seal their mouth and not talk a thing. They believe that, because you see all of them doing babalawo thing to have money, and they will tell them they will die in 2 years, but they will still do it and die in that 2 years.
Aristocrat, my brother.
It's getting really, really bad.
When you talk about the government and the people, in Nigeria now, we have different governments. So we have federal, we have capital. So let's take Lagos State as an example. So we have Lagos State governor. We then have hamlets in different areas where the Obas are, where it's mainland, where it's island. We now have government formed in those areas to a point that we even respect Agberos in Lagos to a certain extent, depending on where you find yourself. Now we now have government within the government that governs the people, that the people champion. The people are not interested in federal, they're not interested in the state, they are interested in their locality, and within their locality there is government. Now the problem we have is lack of connection in the governance that we have. Because when we're doing things at a local level, even if it's a local community chairman don't collect him money. He just say, make I just start this road, make I just put light for that road. Another 4 years, he's done his job. If they put him in there again, he will say, wait in there, but make I put water for that corner. So the problem we have in that country that scares me is actually that what happens at a local level may never be reported. Me, where I go Niger, where I mind my business. Because I dress okay. And when I go to Niger, I don't wear watch. I don't wear any shirt that has got label on it. Anything like that. But obviously, I will wear a trainers that looks okay. I just want to be average. I dey bus stop, they mind my business. I won't go collect malaria medicine. Before I knew what was going on, I saw that I was surrounded by men with guns. Suddenly, I look across the road. There is a police vehicle with all those Mopo people in it, and there is a plainclothes one and few other ones carrying gun. Hello, sir. I said, waiting be the problem. So I reach out into my pocket, say, Oga. No, then things say I be Yahoo boy. Now.
Yahoo boy. I'm saying, did you notice that some of them were wearing slippers?
They wear anything, and look, the only thing that will allow me to know that there's something going on is because some of them are carrying guns.
Yeah.
Am I someone they are looking for? Do I look like someone that is escaped from prison? Okay, now, no. I know I was ready for them. So I reached out in my pocket because I've got my British and Nigerian passport. I never carried the British passport. I carried the Nigerian passport. But obviously, when you get into Muritala Mohammed Airport, they will stamp your passport. Mm-hmm. So I then say, they said I should identify myself. I said, well, here is my passport. If you look at the date, you realize I came into the country a few days ago, and I'll be going back to England where I live in the next few days and all that kind of stuff. What's this all about? And as soon as I said that to them, they just disappeared.
Easy.
And in the same journey, the following day, we are leaving the Kotunegbe in a cab to go to Victoria Island. I was wearing a yellow T-shirt. Now, when we got somewhere, we got stopped. And then when they finished their stuff, my brother said, yeah, it is you that decided to wear yellow shirts. The moment they see the yellow shirt, they think you are a Yahoo boy. Can you imagine?
Now, courts, yellow too, just come not from color.
Do you understand? So the point I'm trying to make is actually that we are in a country where we are no longer safe. If anything happens to you at that local level, For instance, one morning I was in, because I used to travel to Nigeria a lot then. I used to take computer parts like memory and processors and all this stuff, take it out of all the machine. When Nigerians need it, we go to Nigeria Computer Village and all that kind of stuff. I used to do that deal. So I travel a lot then. So on this occasion, it was a Saturday morning, and I was heading for the airport, and we got stopped by this police guy. That police guy don't shak kind. He don't shak kind. So he stopped us not at the roadblock, but half a mile before the roadblock. He's managed to walk away from his comrade, and he got there. And then he then stopped us. And my brother, one of my brothers, always want to say, "I'm the press." He would just say, "I'm press," so that they will let us go. We tried everything, so I can't put small money inside my passport, my Nigerian passport. So when he said, "Can I see your passport?" So I gave him the passport. I put money inside. So Baba see the money inside. He rejected the money by not even saying it. He said, "What is this? What is this?" Then he gave the passport back to me. "Open your luggage." We don't enter Wala. We come empty the boots, put luggage for ground. He entered the luggage now. He come see something like, in IT, you have your screwdriver, but they are different because of the kind of machine we work on. He said, "What is that? You need to tell me what that is. I need to know what that is." Luckily for us, Oga done the waka from junction to reach us. Oga then told him, he just called himself, "Suleiman, what's wrong with you?" That's when he woke up. At some point, he nearly cocked his gun as well. So I was there with two of my brothers. This guy could have triggered his gun that is cocking and kill the three of us and then say, "They are Yahoo boys, they are Ole." Can you imagine that at local level? And then when they record it at local level, exactly what it says is exactly what they're going to announce in the TV in the afternoon, that they are of the same family, they are Oles. They've been robbing people. Our people cornered them. But then these people that you are talking about are dead. So the governance at levels, as hierarchy, the one at the level of man walking and driving on the street has no protection. You understand the thing where they talk? But then in there, then go come say, Agbero they there. Agbero now has more power than you citizen. Agbero.
100%.
Can you imagine Agbero? Agbero has more power than you.
Have you not seen
In
the
fact,
national WRT and the Lagos State, whatever, how they were celebrated like they were?
do you know if Agbero, God forbid, if Agbero stab you on the street of Lagos, do you know that's the end of you?
Of course.
Everybody will disappear. Everybody will disappear.
Result. That is the autopsy and the toxicology. And I want to create this hypothesis. What if the result of the private is not too far, or there is no significant difference, germane difference from the one the government did? What will happen?
The investigation continues.
Make I talk about that before Bayo. Bayo, let me speak about this just small. So for me, I believe, subject to the state of decomposition of the flesh, the result and the sample that was taken and tested, the result will be similar. And what we need to, which I said months ago, what we need to dwell on and start considering is that what if the conclusion is still inconclusive? Because I think that is where we're going to end up. Because at the end of the day, the actual results that the government, the state presented is the same result that the state will accept. But they've given us, the public and the complainant, the opportunity to do their own independent test. Now, if the independent test is done, and these people are not happy with it, whatever the case may be, we now get to a juncture, and at that point in time, deliberation will then be subject to the fact that both are inconclusive, one, and we also sort of like have to put in context that the amount of penicillin or whatever it is that is injected into this guy is just normal. we then look at it as inconclusive and also subject to the gentleman may have taken other substances that part of the test actually say this and that and all that kind of stuff. If it's now inconclusive, we know at the end of the day there will not be a position for the toxicologist or the pathologist to interview the nurse. And if the nurse is not interviewed and is inconclusive closure will then say, we believe that even whatever it is that the nurse is injected into this guy may not have caused his death in the first place anyway. But whatever the case may be is now inconclusive. And that's what we need to be looking at. It is going to be the same. But the thing is, where is life after that verdict? If that turns out to be a verdict, and we now say Prime Boy, the nurse, and the other guy spending are the ones that we believe are culpable for whatever conditions, and they the one that have to go and face the higher court and all that kind of stuff. You do now know that everything people have been beating themselves up about for the past 12, 13 months, the inconclusion of the process exonerates everybody at that point. Unless we go to the higher court and those three suspects now bring somebody else into the process and that compromises them, then we have a different position to look at. But at this point in time, I just believe, from my own point of view, it's just going to be the closure based on inconclusive. What do we do? What do we do? What is it that the public can clamor on? What is it that we can lash on to without relying on the supposed suspects to spill the beans? When they spill the beans, the people behind that believe they are about to be exonerated may now be brought into the picture in a criminal proceeding. But I think, subject to what we've seen and the delay and the aspect of allowing the body to decompose before we take samples, when we know from a toxin and toxic point of view, because what is in there is something that disappears inside human beings' body very quickly. Aristocrates said it so many times. They say, you've got 16 tablets and you need to stay with the course. You take one tablet every 4 hours. So for every 4 hours, the same measure will be in your blood. When you finish the course and it's all done, 2-3 days later, the presence of that particular substance in your body is diminished. So the body that is decomposed, obviously, whatever it is that the nurse is injected would have fizzled out, will be weak. And anything they find in there will be likened to normal. And we know that if they had done it at that point in time when the body was fresh, the result would have been different. So if we've spent 30 million to do toxicology and whatever we've done, allegedly, if we have, it's okay. Yeah, because the Dawoku, they will still replenish it in no time. If it's needed, they will put the money in there. And it's not the money we are after. It's not the money that is key in this situation. It's a situation where the delay in the process actually will make me personally believe that the state has been compromised from the beginning, and I've waited to make sure that anywhere in the world you take that sample to, the substances in that person's body would have diminished in position, in whatever measure that it was in that body. So I think maybe the state is compromised. Maybe the state did that deliberately because the state wanted to close the case. Unfortunately, they did not know the case was going to open. And now that it's open, the public are not relenting in their effort to get the answers. But we need to lean off the fact that it may be inconclusive. Because when you look at the DNA aspect, and we've been saying this thing about this DNA since the inception, the DNA is not going to tell us what happened to this guy. That is a family wrangle. That is a family situation. It's not helping me and you. DNA, okay, is Mohbad, is not Mohbad. Because the case itself hasn't compromised anybody to actually say, as African TV would want to have it, that sort of like paternity fraud or whatever the case may be. But the inquest itself hasn't identified such. So the result of the DNA is not going to help us. It's just going to help the family to divide their inheritance and their royalty and deal with their own shenanigans in their corners. But what we've got here, the state has spoken, is inconclusive. Now someone is now going to do the secondary. How many months are we waiting? And they said they've done it and they are not coming to public to tell us the result. That will lead me to believe that the result is the same as, and not far away as Aristocrat is just stated, from the state. Where do we go from here? Thank you.
Lagata Bayo. Bayo.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know I was muted. I've been talking. I'm sorry. I've been talking. Right. I wanted to respond to what IT guy just said and what Aristocrat just asked as well. I partially agree with certain things you said, IT guy. And on the other note, I disagree with some of them as well. Number one, yes, what if the result comes back and due to your, according to what you said, the body being decomposed and all of that, which obviously I agree with you in that note, that what if, what's our next line, or what should the public or concerned citizen be looking up forward to? Aristocrats, how much do you think the phone forensic would be helpful as a substitute for this? What do you think about that?
No, for forensic, it has to do with the investigation of the police in trying to get data of conversation.
No, how is it?
It has nothing to do with what killed.
Yeah, how can we use this in this context now after finding out? Because I think I said that the results. I mean, I've not seen the result, and I am aware that there's a private autopsy done, and there's nobody will come on TikTok to read the result for us unless we go back to the coroner inquiry.
We're just working with hypothesis. Okay. What if? What should be the next action?
That's what I'm saying.
We need to plan
different
ahead.
things, right? What if is different from
the actual?
Not the actual. Yes, we have not.
It's just an hypothesis.
Okay, so obviously we all know that even if the result is out now, and I'm sure it's the coroner inquest that and the judge that will have the power to obviously approve the result being given out to the public or to the lawyer or whatever, or to the toxicologist, whatever that's going to be there. Now, coroner inquest is not in place; it's been suspended. I think it might be reason why that is being affected, not having to come out in the known to the public. I think I said, So I'm not asking you, sir, aristocrats, that how powerful could the phone forensic comes in here as a substitute if
now that's something I would say straight up. The coroner inquest is a method of investigation, which is simply coroner investigation. You might not need it to solve this matter. What you need, even in the first place, even if you get the coroner result, and for example, it came out with something, you only know what killed. You need to build connection between that kill and with some element. Who killed how? Now, what police is meant to find out, aside the coroner, is who and how. Coroner is to find out what. You understand? Now, when we look at this phone forensic that we've been making noise about, a couple of things that could happen. There are software where you plug into the system, they get everything on the phone, both deleted and not deleted, for them to see. Now, however, you can also get telephone records through the networks, but that is a whole lot of job. Number one is this. If, for example, you have 20 people on your radar, what it means is, if you want to get the telephone record from the network, you will need, aside the procedure, you will need to scoop all conversations, all phone numbers, and trace which one will give you the answer of what you want. That is a whole lot of job. And to what I see from some intel that I got, I don't think the Nigerian police want to go through that stress. And I think that is one of the reasons they are not going through it. Because at the end of the day, some things are not just coming. So a whole lot of things, we the public, and I've been saying it in the past, many people are focused on certain things that they shouldn't have focused and to have been deep in so many things. E.g., people have been shouting, Corona inquest, Corona inquest. It's not as important as the investigations of the police. And in this matter, just like Chessman asked earlier, he said, when we did the GoFundMe, they said part of those things they will use the GoFundMe for is for private investigation. How much has been spent on some private investigation to look for some facts in order to give credence to all these assumptions everyone talks about with huge conviction? Because those are things that will really nail some people down that we all can see are supposed to be part of the suspect and are not. And if those things do not come, voila. Because with my own analysis so far, just like if I look at what if, the nurse can be left off the hook, because you can't say the nurse killed him. And don't forget, even the one the government did, the toxicology, spoke about 3 elements in his system: paracetamol, caffeine, and Valium, something that will make you sleep. But don't forget, the nurse said she gave tetanus. Why is it not seen? Because it seems a plan has been designed that from beginning you delay the sample so that you cannot see plenty things. And when that sample came with the one government presented, the people that did the test recommended some other tests that will give them better results, but they didn't do it. They just did the standard, which means they don't want to spend more money. So, and the longer the sample stays, the more you don't get accuracy. So a lot of things are happening in a way that I begin to tell myself, how can we help this thing? And I think for those who are looking for justice, they should begin to think of, like they will say, life after work, life after retirement. How will it be? What if the private one is not too far from what the public have done, the government have done? Then what real evidences are there to nail people? People should really
let me inject something very quickly into the phone forensics. Now, the phone forensics is vital and is key. And it would have been useful if there was a criminal investigation. And at that point, they would have asked everybody to submit their phone at the time. Now, phone forensics now says to you, we have cleansed most of the information, because all the actors and actresses that you can now call to produce a phone may have discarded of their original phone and have another phone. So they will submit the phone to you. You can't find anything on that phone. If you had clobbered them and requested for the original phone, even if you've wiped data off that phone, when we plug it into our forensic machine, we'll be able to bring everything back. So we've missed that opportunity. So as Aristocrat is always said, you can now go to the network And then network then provide you information, time of text, time of response, time of call, and all that kind of stuff is the only thing that is left. But the forensics, in essence of whether someone is taking a picture, whether they've taken a video, we've lost that one. So if the phone forensic is 100%, the percentage of vital information in terms of audio, visual, and all that is lost. So if we bring the phone forensics back now, an aristocrat has said it's an inquest, it's not a criminal investigation. If the inquest is not interested in phone forensics, it can only come up later in a criminal proceeding when they can then request for that. But the information you then have is subject to what the network can provide you, but not what you can find on their phones. In some part of the world, what would have happened is that the police will just do their initial investigation, and they corner everybody that is connected to anybody in their home. They will just do the arrest at the same time. So if they're going to arrest 25 people, they will arrest the 25 people at the same time, and they will take their phone off them at the same time. They don't have the opportunity to delete anything, to amend anything. So then phone forensics then makes sense. So if you bring it now, you're only going to end up with the minimal information that you can find, because anyone that's got accounts in the cloud, if they say to you they can't remember their PIN, you don't have access to the information in the cloud anyway. And if you attempt it
Another thing, IT guy.
Yeah.
Get one thing. You know where they've lost that phone forensic?
Yes.
Was this. After Mohbad was buried, how long did they give the police to come into it? By then, everybody that is involved will have changed their old phones.
Exactly.
They'll be using new phones. Everything is gone.
So everything is gone. The only thing that is left is a network one. Is neither here nor there. They will say, when I say 2 o'clock, at least it's the same day. Even if they say it's 1 o'clock, it's okay. But it's the same day. So everybody will have a way of defending themselves to say, is it not the same day? If I said 3 o'clock, I wasn't looking at the time. And then, okay, it's 4. So that one there will be inconclusive, because everybody will come to their own defense. But the actual object that we need, information we need, is everybody that is involved may have taken video during the show. They may have taken audio and everything after the show, but they've deleted it off their phone. Not only, they've changed their handset. If you don't get the original handset, you're not going to get any information of the new handset that is brand new. When you can't get any information of so if you get them to submit their phones right now, there's nothing on the phone they're going to give you. So phone forensics, as vital and as useful as we perpetuate it to be, it's too late for us to rely on the information that you can find off it, which will be little. It won't be zero, it will just be little. The only thing you've got is go to the phone network. But you said you called at 2, but you're saying 3. I wasn't looking at the time. Yes.
You see the same principle that applies to the body being delayed before carrying out the toxicology test. Is the same principle that affects their phones.
100%.
Nobody
100%.
started investigation except days after the event. The phones are gone. It is whatever they tell you it is.
For people that are fixated on the iCloud, I need to refer you to a case that happened in the UK recently. A man was bereaved because his wife died. The wife is the one that is always taking the photos and pictures and the video, but she stores everything in iCloud. Now, when they were planning the usual rites and all that kind of stuff, ceremony, and the husband then thought, oh, it's my wife that normally take all this. Let me go into my wife's phone and find information about our life in the last, whatever the case may be. So the guy had the phone, so it was guessing the departed's PIN number. So when he guessed it, the last one then say, if you guess it wrong this time, the information will be wiped.